These 4 words can literally solve any problem in your life. So pay attention in this video because it can absolutely do wonders if you can actually use this, okay? So the 4 words are, what will it take? That's it, okay? Let me break it down. Any problem you have, literally any problem you have, can be solved by these 4 words. Any problem you have, if you just ask, what is it going to take to solve this? What will it take? By asking that question, you will find the answer that you were not originally thinking about. Because what this question does is it changes your paradigm. It forces you to start thinking in a different way. Because it is against our natural filter. It is against our natural way of seeing the world, right? And so many times, guys, when we have problems, we don't solve those problems fast enough simply because we don't ask ourselves this question. And if we just start asking this question, everything can change. So from today onwards, I want you to start using this question as a guiding force and a guiding filter for everything that you want to do. It doesn't matter if it's in your job, in your business, in your relationship with your significant other, if you're studying for in university, or you're trying to get a job, right? Or whatever it is, anything. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to improve your health, if you're trying to speak better, right? If you're trying to learn any kind of skill, literally anything, okay? Literally anything in life. It can be solved by asking yourself the words, what will it take? If you want to learn a new skill, what it's going to take is practice. And so what is it going to take to be able to get that practice done? Well, what is it going to take to reduce the time for me to learn this skill? Well, it will probably be getting a coach. What is it going to take to be able to get a coach? It's going to probably take me knowing how much they're going to cost. Okay, what is it going to take for me to know how much it's going to cost? Well, I'll probably need to contact them and find out. What is it going to take for me to be able to get the coach once I know how much it costs? It's going to take me having money. What is it going to take for me to get that money? Well, it's probably going to take me focusing on making that money, right? Taking actions in alignment with making more money. Maybe it's going to take changing my belief system and the language I use and the actions that I take, right, on a daily basis, the habits that I have. Maybe it's going to take that. But sitting down and breaking down what it's going to take is the single most valuable thing you can do. Okay? It is so powerful to run everything that you want to achieve in your life through this filter because it can unlock any door. And so I just thought that, this could be super helpful for you guys if you are struggling and you want to be moving. You want to be moving in your life. You want to be succeeding, right? You want to be achieving things. You want to be having growth in all areas. Well, if you want to have growth in all areas, you need to be asking yourself the question of what is it going to take? What does it take for me to have growth in all areas, right? And essentially, guys, this breaks down into one of the laws. I don't know what it's called, but it is a law, which is like there is a price to be paid for every desire. There is a price to be paid for anything that you want in your life. Always. It is a guiding principle of life. It's sort of like a yin yang, right? It's sort of like that law of yin and yang, right? For every positive, there's a negative. For every reward, there's a price. In Spider-Man, the guiding principle was with great power comes great responsibility. That is yin and yang, right? It's a price to pay. You have to pay the price of heavy responsibility if you want to have great power. And yeah, so that's what it takes. It takes having immense responsibility, and to be able to handle immense responsibility. What it would take is for you to be really, really strong, right? To be able to wield great power, you need to hold great strength within you. Otherwise, if you're too weak, you cannot You cannot handle power, right? So, I mean, it's the same thing. That principle goes on with money as well. It's like, well, more money, more problems. There's that sort of phrase, that goes around, that cliched expression. More money, more problems. As Drake says, right? Give me more problems. Give me more money. I'll take the problems, right? But that's the price. It's more problems. And it's true, right? You do get new problems when you have more money. I mean, for every phase of wealth that you enter, like if you have hundreds of millions of dollars in net worth, you're probably going to have more people trying to sue you. So you're going to need to be able to handle that pressure. Otherwise, you're not going to have a very fun time. Especially, I mean, if you're like running a publicly traded company, right? There's thousands of publicly traded companies. Pretty much most of the CEOs of those companies have a completely different pressure than what most people are used to. And they also have equity in a publicly traded company, meaning they have benefits of being able to go to a bank and the bank will just give them debt because they have a very valuable asset that's liquid and very easy to evaluate, right? So ultimately, the reason why this concept works on a first principle standpoint is because there is always a price. There is always an equal opposite, right, in life. Sort of like Newton's law of an equal and opposite reaction for every action, right? But it's sort of an energy. It's on an energy basis. So this question, it aligns with these laws, right? It's like it is the fastest path. It is the shortest path. It is pure signal. If you want to really be able to depict signal from noise, the one thing you need to be able to do is use this question with everything. Because this question is like the definition of signal, right? It's like, let me skip everything and just ask the one thing that's going to get me there, which is, what is it going to take? And anything that is not that thing, I'm going to ignore. And it sounds simple, right? Majority of people would have left this video already because they think, oh, okay, that's too simple. But that's the point, is that it is a simple thing that you just need to implement. And just because it's simple doesn't mean it's second nature. Just because it's simple doesn't mean it's ingrained in your subconscious on a habitual level, right? That you just do it without thinking. It's not, right? That's why we stay stuck. Because if you understand something intellectually, it doesn't mean that you're going to do it. So what it will take to get this to be more ingrained on an habitual level is for you to affirm it to yourself every day. Every day when you wake up, multiple times a day, maybe before you go to sleep as well, ask yourself this question, this guiding force of what is it going to take. Think about the one thing you want to achieve that is in reachable distance, and then ask yourself in that session, right, for 5 minutes, ask yourself, what is it going to take? Realistically, and then map out a plan. And then what I want you to do the next day, within 24 hours, is take action towards that answer of what it is going to take. And if you do that every day, it is very difficult to not make progress, because then you are in alignment with your targets, your goals, and your desires. And this is the one guiding force and principle and question to get you to be in alignment with those things. So hopefully that helps, guys. If you have any questions, leave it in a comment below. And if you need help on a one-on-one level, link is in the description. Just apply for one-on-one coaching. We can help you solve any problem. And have a great day. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.